All right, everybody, welcome to BND Live. um, trust something to go a little wrong. We've gotten some things mixed up a little bit. Everything seems to be okay, or well enough now, at least. Uh, with us, as always, although in a slightly different position for tonight, we have Erin as Agnes the Bard. We have Tim as Twizzard the Wizard. And we have Stephen as Finric the Monk. Chris as Paelias the Cleric will be joining us in a bit. And I am Shawn, your ever humble and faithful DM. And this is BND Live. Amazing, amazing. All right, folks, let's do a little recap from last week, shall we? As we began our session last week, the mummy lord of the pyramid that had manifested basically in the center of the town of Windbell was rising out of his sarcophagus to face Finric and Paelias and Mr. Twizzard as Agnes was outside surveying the growing, roiling, dark, chaotic mass of clouds and lightning above Windbell. Thank you. Twizzard started things off with a little magic missile. Finric tried to attack it, unable to connect. Paelias attempted to attack and then got hit and went down, unconscious. Twizzard made a hasty retreat as Agnes and Anne mounted a rescue attempt. The Mummy Lord pursued Mr. Twizzard as Finric, once he was unparalyzed, decided to just look around the room. Take a little time. Look around the room. Why not? Meanwhile, Agnes and Anne joined in as the mummy turned into a cloud of sand and fled or moved ahead of the fleeing Twizzard and Paelias, the still unconscious Paelias, who did a really good job of failing all of his death saving throws, or at least two of them, I should say. But luckily, Anne got there in time, did a little healing word action on him, but then, of course, she got knocked unconscious by the Mummy Lord. Twizzard is frightened, Paelias is healed, Anne goes down. Agnes is paralyzed, Anne is healed, Agnes goes down. Paelias is frightened, Mummy Lord goes down. Whew, by magic missile. And then some looting, looting took place, as well it should. And during that looting, there were 9 bright pink toads found, which we suspect were the other bean planted by Agnes and Leafbottom earlier that day. This is all one day, folks. It's crazy. But yeah, so the sky has returned to normal. The pink toads, some of which turned into giant mosquito scourges, were destroyed. And you folks found a python, somewhat imposing python staff, and what you suspect is a mummy heart. And just as you decided you were going to go back to the ringing bell for a good night's sleep, you were confronted by Mastala from We Buy Electrum and Nalto, the half-orc from, well, I guess you don't know where yet. But yeah, so that's where we're going to pick up on tonight's episode.
Has it been an hour? Has it been an hour since we've been in the pyramid?
Has it been an hour since you've been in the pyramid?
I wonder if our unseen servants are still there from when we were digging the grave.
I think we lost them.
Yeah, as soon as you got more than 60 feet away, the
I thought they
unseen.
might have hung around.
No. If you get, I mean, in theory they could have come with you, but no. Your unseen servants are
sending
gone.
stone. Are we eventually going to give these guys their money or not? Or not? Because if we are, we could kind of say it's like we buried it in the graveyard and get them to help us dig it up.
This is a great plan.
A question about how many half orcs are there in this town? Because we've met 2.
Well, it's one full orc that got.
2 half orcs.
Half orcs make 1 full orc.
If my half orc math checks out. How many half orcs have you met? So you met Arnon the Hammer at the Smith.
Right.
You
And we
met.
also met the banker.
Yes. Sad Tom of Sad Tom's Money Changer. And I believe those are the only 2 half orcs you've met. You have not met this half orc.
All right, so there are more than a few half orcs in this area. That's actually quite surprising.
Windvale used to be, in its heyday, it was vying for Wesleyville as the capital of Oxnard, but it sort of lost that battle of the capitals. But it drew in many people from all over when it was in its heyday. Yeah, so you gave me that diamond, and it wasn't really a diamond, was it? But I gave you 1,000 gold, and that really was 1,000 gold. So I think you owe me 1,000 gold and interest, and Nalto here, he agrees with me.
Are you sure that it's not your storage methods? Because that diamond was 100% real.
Look, lady, I know diamonds. All right, give me a persuasion check. Or maybe actually give me a deception check.
Deception.
Maybe you should give us a persuasion check. You expect us to believe that you know diamonds.
Not natural 20, but 20.
All right, 20. So you see him pause for a second. And he's like, turns to Nalto, and then he turns back to you. Hold on a second. Hey, Nalto, that diamond turned to just disappeared, right? I don't know. Oh, man. Look, you owe me 1,000 gold. I'm fairly certain.
I believe that it's no return policy, correct?
No, that's if you buy something from me.
No, it strictly says no return policy on your storefront. So therefore, there is no return policy. We're not returning gold to you.
Give me a persuasion check.
17 plus 7, 24.
Wow, jeez Louise. Okay. Let me think about this. So you're saying if I ask for the 1,000 gold back, that'd be like returning the 1,000 gold?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
That would be against my own policy. But wait, hold on.
Then you would be a liar.
No. Look.
And we get our own half orc to intimidate you.
Wait a minute. What's going on? Okay, look. I know I just fought a bunch of skeletons, and I know, the day is, just coming to an end, and maybe I'm a little tired, but I'm pretty sure that I came out looking for you guys to get 1,000 gold plus interest. Why else would I have brought Nalto with me? Yeah, that is what he told me. Yeah, see, that's what I told him. Okay, look. Clearly there was something really bad and evil going on here, and it looks like you guys might have done something to stop it. You're also pretty good with a fireball. All right, how's this for a deal? You agree to come to Nalto's next fight night, and you fight in the ring, and we call it square.
Fight who?
Yeah, who's fighting here?
Who is Paelias fighting?
Is it the Octaeum against one person, or
No.
is it Paelias here, who happens to be? I don't know if he's the strongest, but he's definitely the beefiest.
Clearly, it's Paelias who's fighting. I thought that was understood. Yes.
Well, how many points do you have?
It doesn't matter. He's not here.
Oh. And Finric is quite good with brawling. I mean, he is a monk, so.
Fight nights at the Fishworks, they're strictly 1v1. If you want to do something else, well, I guess maybe we could talk about it, but usually the fights are 1v1.
Is it to the death?
It certainly can be. Would you like it to be?
No, I think just
Depends who Paelias is fighting.
I think that it could just be, to the down for the count.
Well, look, as long as people are betting on it, I don't care. So, I want to see you at fight night. Oh, shoot. Oh, man, wait. Fight
Not
night's
dark.
tonight. Can you fight tonight? It's dark.
Wait.
Is it still dark?
It's still dark.
This is the longest dark of my life.
It's a fight night day. I really feel as though it would be one of the other days.
Bulk. At
No,
least.
I mean, it's right here in my schedule. Dalk is fight night. Club night is Dillick. We're closed to Paul. Everybody does, drugs from that crazy cafe on DeSaul. Gambling night is the Gall, and that crazy ritual that Elsa always does is the Tall. So, I mean, maybe we could try to switch out club night, and if you want to do it tomorrow night,
it should be either DeSaul or De Gaulle, so that you have the weekend to recuperate.
all right. Let me talk to Sprinkles and Skye, and we'll see if we can make it to Saul. Because honestly, people are probably shook up tonight. I'm not sure if people are going to want to come out for a fight. Oh, unless we save some of those skeletons. That'd be good. I don't think we saved any, though. All right. Look, I'll see you, DeSaul, at the Fishworks, 11 p.m., okay?
DeSaul Fishworks. You've got it.
Are we just going to let him go, boss? Yeah, we're going to let him go. I don't even know. I got to go back and look for that diamond now. I think maybe...
If you want, I can also play.
I mean, maybe on high night, but not on fight night.
Okay. All right. Just offering to show you that, we have no problem with you. We just want to make sure that, hey, you understand that we're truthful,
Yeah.
We're honest. We're
So-
here to help the town out. We're not here to take, put the wool over anyone's eyes.
Yeah, speaking of that,
Yeah.
what night was gambling night, did you say?
You did get rid of that ass Falrith, so I guess I owe you for that too. So yeah, the fight night, we'll consider it, and I'll check to see if I had that diamond. But I'm fairly certain that diamond disappeared. I don't know why I would have come out here, and anyway, okay, I'm sorry. Gambling night, that's the Gall. Gambling night's always the Gall. We can't change that.
Wanna
All
bet?
right, where do you guys play?
Oh, we play all sorts of things.
No, where?
Oh, in the
At the
Fishworks. All
Fishworks.
these things are in the Fishworks. I run a tight
Oh,
ship.
that's an active schedule.
At
We
what
should spend more
time?
time at Fish Works.
Oh,
Obviously,
everything
after
starts.
hours.
Everything starts at 11 p.m. Usually things get started, 11 p.m. and then maybe they're really going by midnight. But if you want to get a good seat, you show up at 11.
Got it.
Yeah, oh, and it's obviously the basement of the Fishworks, not the front door.
How's the smell?
I mean, it smells like dead fish.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
How do people smell when they leave?
Depends on the night.
Yeah.
All right,
I
all
just
right.
can't imagine that a lot of people like smelling like fish or smelling fish.
Who else shows up on the Tall for Elsa's ritual?
Oh, I mean, Elsa, usually Joan and Frederick, Gregson, the usuals.
What's this ritual that they're doing?
I don't know, man. I usually fall asleep in the back while they're doing their thing.
Hmm.
It doesn't, they pay me some silver. They can do whatever they want as long as they don't burn the place down with the candles. But I don't really care, Okay, so look,
Yeah.
I think we're done here. We're gonna go rest, and we'll see you later. But until then, I'm not buying any more of your crap. Okay? See ya. And they turn and they go off.
Called our stuff crap. I feel slightly insulted.
All right, so you guys are outside the front of the newly placed pyramid. What would you like to do?
We got bones to dig up.
I have a long rest. Or actually, can we at least take a short rest
Absolutely.
before we continue digging up bones?
Absolutely.
Because I think I'm still at 3 hit points.
That's so short rest. You can spend your hit die to gain it now. When you take a long rest, you can earn back up to half of your hit die. So if you have 2 hit die, you spend both right now. It'll take 2 long rests to get them back.
Okay, but I also have Song of Rest,
Yes.
which I guess would work on me as well as anyone else that can hear me.
Correct. And if you all took at least 1 hit die, you'd get to add another for Song of Rest.
Okay.
Okay, wait, what?
So
So I got monk. I got my hit die 1d8 plus 2, total 5. What?
wait, what? So are you looking at D&D Beyond?
Yeah. We have a total of 2 d8, so we can roll a d8 once or twice, but we need a long rest in order to gain those hit dice back. But
Yeah.
if I do Song of Rest, which I will do because it's a free action for me, you will gain an extra hit dice. So you could spend 1, get the extra, and after a long rest, you get that hit dice that you used back.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. If you spend both hit dice, you'd only get one of them back at the next long rest. So I think Agnes's plan is a sound one. And Paelias may also have something he can do every short rest. Did he use his? I think he used his channel divinity during the battle to heal people. Is that true?
I
actually
don't remember hearing that.
Oh, hold
But-
on. Apparently I could use my bardic inspiration because I'm now at whatever level I am, 5, to reset maximum HP.
To reset maximum HP.
It says recover bardic inspiration, reset maximum HP changes during this rest. Oh,
I think
I don't know.
I'm not 100% sure what that means. I don't think any of you had your max HP lowered. Like that's something that can happen.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh,
That makes- yeah,
all right,
it's
never
your
mind.
max HP.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. So then I'm going to do Song of Rest, which is actually a 1d6 to each friendly character within range hit dice. I don't know. I gotta look this up. Is
Well, no,
that an
I mean,
action? Is that
so-
a spell?
D&D Beyond does have the short rest button. And if
Yeah.
you click that, it should ask if you want to use any hit dice, I believe.
Right, but I need to find out if you get a 1d8 or if you get a 1d6.
I see. Yes. Yeah. Gotcha. Fair enough. And Finric, you get some key points back. And Twizzard, you would get you're level 5, so you get spells levels of or spell slots equal.
Right.
So you could get like 5 level 1 spell slots back. Is that right? Is that how that works? It's been a while since I played
Yeah.
Wizard.
I think there's some combo.
What time of day is it?
Oh, it's like 5 p.m. So
Okay.
it's not like super late, but it's also not super early. So like, you could also just, I mean, yeah, I don't. It's 5 p.m. Take that information as you will.
Gotcha.
I have to look up Song of Rest. I know that you get an extra hit die, but where is Song of Rest?
If you don't use hit die, what do you get back hit points wise?
Nothing.
You get nothing?
Correct.
Okay. Because I'm only down 5. I was thinking of not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean that seems reasonable. Yeah, so once per day when you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots to recover. The spell slots can have a combined level that is equal to or less than half your wizard level. Okay, round it up. I was going to say 5 seemed like a lot. Okay, so you could have 3. So you could do a level 2 and a level 1 spell slot, or you could do your 1 level 3 spell slot, whatever you want, Twizzard.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
All right, and my Song of Rest right now until level 8 is a 1d6 in addition to however many hit die you use.
Right. So I think
I
you know
use
it's
one.
so late in the day. You're probably not going to take another short rest today. So you could
Right.
all safely do 1 hit dice and a d6 to get life points back, and you'd still get everything back your next long rest.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So this is a D6, this is a D8.
Where are
and
you
we're
guys taking
rolling.
this? You're sort of still on the steps of the pyramid. Are you going to go up into the graveyard, or are you going to go?
Yeah, how about
We dug some holes in the graveyard. Why don't you just take a snooze
take
there?
a rest there? I think I might go into the Church of the Rose.
Yes,
Right, that's-
Anne
and just-
Anne and Lily went there.
You gonna sleep in the church? Really?
I'm not gonna sleep. I'm just gonna
You gonna sleep in the confession
meditate, or I'm just gonna
spot?
think. I'm gonna play my song of rest.
No, I'm gonna lie in a grave.
7 + 5. That's nice.
All right, so
Leave the
Twizzard
money on you.
Twizzard goes and lies in a half desecrated grave. Probably Paelias would probably go talk to Anne and have a little private word with her about their planned date. Finric, what are you doing while Agnes is meditating and Twizzard is lying in a freshly turned grave?
Yeah, I'll hang out next to Twizzard.
Perfect.
Got another grave here. Forgot there was someone in it already.
All right, so as the sun starts to set, you guys rest for about an hour, and yeah, you have the benefits of a short rest. What would you like to do now?
Stretch.
I roll to get hit points back. I checked these things, right?
And then you can roll the 1d8. Wait, right?
I'm
Oh,
good.
you're 1d6. You can. I gave you a song of rest, so you can roll that again.
Well, I needed that plus 4, right? I'm good. I only have 5 down,
Oh, okay.
so I think
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Well, now you can You can put it back to the max, because if you roll that again, you get at least 1.
I don't think I need to do that. Because now I can just put this back to what it was.
Mhm.
All right, so we're done resting.
Yeah. I guess we're not going to eat dinner just yet. We have a couple hours before we're thinking about food.
Yeah, it's about 6 p.m.
All right. So, I mean, at some point, on the to-do list, I should go get a muffin from Skye. But we've got this Python staff that someone can maybe tell us, maybe Skye, when we get the muffins, what it is. And we've got the mummy heart, so we could always eat that too.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't recommend a big bite.
Yeah, who was the one who bit it yesterday or last time?
No, that was me.
Classic Twizzard.
But in the meantime, do we want to dig this? That's the plan?
Are you?
Dig these graves up?
I'm gonna finish digging.
Yeah, I think we need these dug up, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. So just to remind you, so there's Denk Galdinger, born 1478, died 1561, and you don't have to write this down. I can just tell you every time. And Silas, Ronald, and Bryant the First. The born date is there, but the death date is scratched out. So there's 4 graves total, and I believe you were digging up Silas and one other. Which one other were you digging up?
Definitely Silas. I think that was what we were focusing on.
Wasn't Bryant the First? Didn't that have a?
Oh, because it had the scratched out death. That's right. You were doing
Yeah.
Silas and Bryant the First. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the 3 shovels. No, there were 2 shovels, 2 real shovels, and 1 conjured shovel. I believe the conjured shovel is gone. Twizzard, how's that work?
Yeah, it's after a certain amount of time, or until I guess I conjure something else. I guess. No, it doesn't say.
Well, let's
says
say
it's
if you
an hour.
how many times can you do that a day?
It doesn't give a limit.
Fascinating.
You probably just only have 1 conjured item at a time.
Yeah, it disappears after an hour, or when I use it again, or if it takes or deals any damage. No larger than 3 feet, no more than 10 pounds. I was gonna make a diamond to give to that guy. Say, why don't you take this one instead?
What's the official ability that you're using? The class ability.
Minor conjuration.
Conjuration. All right. Well, you at least have 2 shovels, and it's only you and Finric right now. So.
I conjure a backhoe.
That's not 3 feet by 3
That
feet.
sounds bigger.
Well, I meant a smaller child's backhoe. The kind you sit on with the the levers where you can like
In the
swivel on it.
sand pit.
Yeah. That still might be more useful than a shovel. Alright, maybe that wouldn't be the most useful. Damn that 3 foot thing.
The object disappears after 1 hour. If
Yeah.
you use this feature again, if it takes or deals any damage. Fascinating. All right. So you guys are digging with the 2 real shovels, or are you making another shovel?
Well, we only have 2 people. So I think we're just digging with the 2.
All right. Fair enough. Give me some athletics checks.
You got it. Since I am also a half dwarf, but I'm 2 half dwarfs. And that's a lot of digging power. That's a 15. Wait, athletics? Oh, 16.
All right.
20.
Oh yeah. So you guys, I mean, the unseen servants had started it, but honestly, they're like unseen servants are really weak. But you guys do, you put your back into it, and I'm gonna say it probably like another hour of digging. So Agnes is probably, she's done with her meditation. I think Paelias is still wooing Anne. So you both sort of at the same time, maybe Finric a touch quicker, clink, you hit a different material.
It's a skull.
Huh. So I'm gonna sending stone to Agnes and Paelias to let them know, hey, we're digging up these graves, and I think we got something.
All right.
You can just yell.
Bones ahoy!
So it's by a church. I don't want to be uncouth.
I'm pretty sure Paelias would come out.
While I'm digging up graves. And I didn't actually notice the gravestone of the one that I'm digging up versus what. Which one do you have, Blizzard?
I don't know. I had to knock it over so I could get in there and stand.
You'd just be surprised.
I'm Silas or other guy. I think I'm Silas.
All right.
Cool.
Twizzler to Silas.
All right. Well, Twizzer, do you want me to scramble over there? We open yours first, or do you want to do this one?
Sure. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at yours. Yours was uncovered.
Oh man, look at this. We got someone coming in here. Little Chris action, I think.
I guess he's finished with the tabaxi.
Oh.
Hey,
Good
Paelias.
news.
All right.
We signed you up in an underground fighting ring.
What happened?
We signed you up in an underground fighting ring.
Cool.
Don't worry, it's not until dissolve, so you got a few days to train. And, in the meantime,
It's kind of not a joke.
find out.
It is not a joke.
Yeah.
Although Agnes
so-
did some amazing persuasion and deception, so there was no
I'm
fighting.
terrible at fighting, but I am good at persuading and deceiving.
I'm sure you'll be fine, and we save some money, so it's all good. And in the meantime, Twizzer and I have just finished digging up Silas and Bryant the First, so we were calling you guys over because I think you were away in the church while we were working, wooing your beloved.
Yes, you also had the benefits of a short rest, Paelias, so you could update that in D&D Beyond.
Did we have a long rest?
No long rest yet.
It's
Still
the same.
Still Dalk.
Oh no.
Longest Dalk of the year.
What does a short rest get me?
You can spend 1 hit die with no consequences and get that much health. Plus, you get a D6 worth of health from Agnes's song.
So I roll.
If you want.
And you can also hit the short rest button on D&D Beyond.
Okay. Is that the same thing?
You might have to add the health separately.
Okay.
I'm not 100% certain.
Yeah, you have to add it separately.
Yeah, that's what I had to do.
Okay.
Where's the short rest button?
When do I uncheck this?
At the top.
When you do one, go on
Share
your-
and long rest. Top or to the right, very top.
Okay, short rest. So do I get my channel divinity back or no?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can reset that, and then there should be a thing under
Yeah,
your
hit die.
character type that says like hit die 1d8 plus 2.
So what did you say? I got a D6 as well.
Yes, I did a Song of Rest. So, in addition to using one of your own hit die, you can use an extra 1d6 because of my Song of Rest with no penalty.
And how long was this short rest?
An hour.
Oh, okay.
Then there was an
So
extra
one
hour
D8
while they were digging, so you've been wooing Anne for at least an hour.
Nice. It's about how long it takes. All right. So 1d8 plus 2, I got 7 plus 2 is 9. And then the d6, I got a 6. So 9, 10, 15.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then Paelias under it probably says cleric and then hit die, whatever, and then it has some checkboxes.
Yeah.
So you basically check one of those,
Just one.
and that signifies that you've rolled the die to recover hit dice, or to recover hit points. Excuse me.
Okay. So you can only do it 6 times?
Until you do a long rest, I guess. You can only do it however many slots it has. Is that what I understood
Yeah,
from earlier?
but you
Okay.
can only recover one of those slots for every long rest. So you don't want to, unless you're like on the brink of dying, you don't want to use all of those hit dice.
Yeah, you can on a long rest you get up to half your hit dice back, but I think you guys only have 2 hit dice. Is that true?
Oh, I have 5.
Hit dice?
I'm sorry. Wow. You know, those dice we were just talking about.
We're level
It's
5 now,
level
man.
28, yeah, or d6 depending on your character.
Yeah, possible hit dice to use, right?
Yeah.
That's what somebody's asking for.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. So I got 15, but I only had 13 short of my max. So I just go to the max.
Very good.
Okay.
Mr. Twizzard, apparently there has been some updates to your conjuration text. I'm gonna send you that. The object is visibly magical,
Oh.
radiating dim light out to 5 feet.
Didn't necessarily need that. Kind of put the damper on my shenanigans.
I know. I think that's probably on purpose. Anyway, all right. So which grave are you looking into first?
Finric's, which is
Bryant's?
Bryant's.
Finric died?
No.
It's the one he's digging. He's digging his own grave.
Paelias, you were one of the ones that started with this whole digging up graves.
Yeah, what did we find?
Well, that's
We're
what
about
we're about to find out.
All right.
All right. So you have struck, which appears to be some rotten, some rotten wood, and as you continue to dig, you find what seems to be the remains of a coffin. There is nothing inside it, though. It's the smell is just that of earth, and you know, there's no sign. If there was a body in there, it is not in there anymore.
Interesting.
And you shine your whatever Twizzard wants to light up inside, but you don't see anything else.
Hey, Finric, you want me to take a picture lying inside that coffin?
Yeah.
Get in there.
Take
Oh,
a
I thought you
picture.
were going to be lying it and then take a picture.
I conjure ye old camera.
All right.
Well, one down, one to go, right?
Well, you can just look at the other one now, because I think we struck gold at the same time.
Is nobody interested in the fact that there is no body there? No
I am.
skeleton.
No skeleton, nothing.
Sure.
Can we investigate that coffin?
Sure, go for it.
I guess I'll help. I'm down here.
Yeah, 8.
There's-
1.
What's that? 1, 8, and 1. Those are some good numbers. Yeah, no. I mean, there might have been. Twizzard, do you think there might have been? Like, I mean, they buried a coffin. There was a coffin buried, but it looks like maybe part of the top of the coffin was like busted a little, maybe. So maybe the body got pulled out. It's hard to tell.
Hmm.
Pulled out or escaped?
Hard to tell.
And,
Damn dog.
and we didn't damage it, right? From digging it up?
No, you're fairly certain you did not.
I'm very certain I did not.
All right, find out what happened to Paelias.
Yeah. All right, so we'll look in the other one.
All right, so you similar thing. Although this coffin is of a higher quality wood, so it's a little more intact. You sort of get the entire top cleaned off. It's still intact. So you're looking at an intact coffin top. What would you like to do?
Let's open that thing up
How are you gonna open it?
with my dwarven hands.
Okay.
I get in there and I bend down and go.
All right. Give
I
me
feel
a
like-
give me a athletics check.
No sweat. Oh boy, this is not gonna go well. Where's my athletics? 2. That would be 2.
You're like, let me get in here. Oh, my back.
I feel like he pulled his back out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're definitely still your extra age is showing.
I think there's still dirt on the coffin.
All right, can I get in there and maybe
Oh, yeah.
see if I can like wedge my short sword a little bit and sort of like pry up one end of it, and then
Yeah, I think I'm too muscular to be in this hole. I need to get out.
All right, so you get in there, you wedge your short sword. Give me an athletics check as you pry it open.
22.
What is it?
22.
22.
Oh.
All right. So
20
you
more than-
you pop open the you pop open, you sort of get your sword in there, it feels good, poof, and the top boom, flies open, and give me a constitution saving throw, please,
Uh-oh.
as a puff of green sort of flows up past you.
Against poison or being frightened or something.
Oh, it's
entirely-
poisoned. It's poisoned. Do you have
advantage.
you have advantage on that? Nice. Good call. Thank you.
Not gonna need it. I don't think. 21.
Yeah. You almost sense it coming, and you like get out of the most of it, and you're fine. And there in front of you is the body, or the bones of a humanoid, and fairly large, maybe 5'10", and has some armor, metal armor on them, and a rather gaudy, large leather hat with what might have been at one time a plume of feathers, although it's hard to tell at this point. In his hands, he is clutching a cutlass, and wrapped around his hands and laying on his stomach is a leather-wrapped box, maybe about the size of, I don't know, maybe like
A compass?
maybe
A
about
deck
the
of
size of a compass. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
A leather glove.
All right, Paelias. Hey, check this out.
Cool. Let's open it.
All right, so you reach down and you grab it, and sort of the chain catches for a second on the skeletal hand, and then comes loose. And you give me an investigation check.
Mr. Twizzard is proficient.
Well-
Can he give advantage?
I'm not in the hole though.
No, but you're
Finric's
right.
in the hole.
Yeah, I could probably use some help.
Wait, Paelias, are you in the hole?
Where did you come from? And what are you
You
doing?
reach down.
Oh, am I not in the hole?
Could
You
be
might
in the
be in the
hole.
hole.
If you want to be in the hole, you're in the hole.
Let's all get in the hole.
Yeah, after that poison dissipated, I'll jump in the hole.
All right, I'm gonna jump in the hole too.
I'm out. I'm not in the hole.
I pull Agnes in the hole.
No, I'm not in the hole.
If you really want to pull her, you can do an opposed athletics check.
I do that.
So Agnes, you roll either athletics or acrobatics, whichever is higher for you, and Twizzard, you do athletics.
Come here, Agnes. Get with the team.
18 plus 5.
16.
I won.
Yep. So she resists, and you slip off as you try to pull her. And now you're in the hole, and Agnes is just smirking at you from above.
I got a 12 in my investigation.
All right. It's sort of it's a leather pouch, and it has a little buckle, and you open that up, and inside is a compass. It
Nice.
looks something like this. Whoops. I don't know if you
Cool.
can see that, but I'll send you the picture.
Nice.
Looks very nice.
Yeah. All right. What is it?
Maybe Silas was part of the Boy Scouts.
It could be, or maybe it points to that island.
Can we investigate the rest of his coffin?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I pretty much told you everything, but yeah, you can.
Oh, okay.
Now, is that
Nice. What do you think of that guy's armor?
the one that better than the one that Lily currently has?
Is the what?
The cutlass that Silas is holding, is it better than the one that Lily has?
Lily has the old rusted one from the keep, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking since she is technically a Golddinger, that could technically be her birthright.
I love it. I love everything about it.
So I'm gonna be like, "Hey Lily, want a cutlass? A better one?"
Does she have a sending stone, or are you just calling that out?
Well, I'm pretty sure that she's just in the church, right?
Yeah, she's just in the church, but I mean, it is a stone church.
Oh, okay. All right, then I will sending stone that message.
All right.
But when she comes out, I pull Lily into the hole.
Well, because she needs to go and grab the cutlass, so.
Yes.
All right. So Lily comes out, and she's accompanied by Anne. And as soon as Anne sees you, like, she did begrudgingly give permission for this when the Dawnfather said it was an okay idea, but it's still like you see this like pained look cross her face as she sees what you've done to her pristine graveyard. But they both walk over, and Lily's like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
So Lily, your ancestor down there happens to have a cutlass that is nicer than the one that Mr. Twizzard found in the Mistral Woods. Would you care to take a gander?
Yeah. So her eyes go wide, and she's taking in the sight of this like open grave with a skeleton, and yeah, granted she'd seen some skeletons running around before, but this has a little bit of a more solemn. The sun is setting, it's golden hour. It's honestly, if it wasn't an open grave, it'd be kind of a picturesque sight. But she bends down and she takes the cutlass from the skeletal hands, and it's almost as if they release it as she takes it into her hand. And so now she has the silver dagger and the Galdinger cutlass. There she is with it. Pretty good. All right, cool.
He's also got a hat and some armor, right?
I
Yeah.
think the hat probably see better days.
The hat was a leather hat. I mean, it is a leather hat, but it's been buried for a long time.
Oh no.
Let's see, what year is it? Oh yeah, it's been buried for like almost like 550 years, or no, 450 years.
Yeah, it would have decayed pretty
It's
much
an old
by now.
hat.
Paelias, you know about armor, right?
Yeah. You want some?
I was just gonna ask you, do you want to check out what he's wearing?
Yeah. Let's check out his armor.
We're grave robbers now.
We already took his sword. Why
It's
have
one
we-
thing for Lily to take the cutlass because that was her relative.
We
But
took his compass.
Do you keep saying cutlass?
Cutlass.
cutlass.
Cutlass? It's not a compass?
There is a
we took both.
compass.
There's a
We
compass
took
and a
both.
cutlass.
Oh. What's a cutlass? Is that like a
A
knife?
sword. Yeah, it's a sword.
Oh, okay.
It's like a pirate sword.
Yeah.
Paelias, give me a perception check.
Well, I just rolled 13. Is that something?
Wait, what was that for? That was investigation. Give me a perception check too.
Oh, you want that? So invest. No, I rolled a 12 for investigation.
All right, what'd you roll for? Give me a different roll for perception.
You want a new roll? Is that what you're telling me?
That's what I'm telling you.
All right. And I get to add something. Perception.
+5.
Uh,
You get to add 5.
You
Wow.
get to add, yeah, +5. Wow.
All right. Can I go with the 13 plus 5?
You sure can.
right.
As you are basically manhandling the skeleton to look at the armor, you also look over and you see a look of dismay/disgust on Anne's face as she sees you manhandling this corpse. Take that information as you will.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we should leave him alone.
You're just making it comfortable for the long rest.
Ah, yes.
It is also like buckled to, like you would really have to like.
We'd have to desiccate the guy.
Oh yeah, heavy desiccation. We're talking the worst of desiccation.
Yeah. I'll just say from like a distance, like, yeah, that's nice armor.
Yeah, and it's not better than what you're wearing. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
All right. It's got poison all over it anyway.
It does have some poison residue. That's true.
Are we done with the grave then?
Well, there is still one more.
There are actually two more. So you did Silas and Bryant the First. Bryant the First was the empty one. Silas is what you're looking at. There's Dank and Ronald.
I think that the compass is definitely a good thing, and then it is peculiar that that the older Bryant is no longer there.
So we want to dig up these other two?
I trust that you'll also fill in the graves.
Somebody will. When it rains, all the dirt will go back in.
She just gives you a withering glare. Give me a Constitution save, Twizzard.
Great. Gonna hit me with her hammer?
No, she left that in the church.
Okay. 13.
You meet her gaze, but it is still withering.
Ugh.
Yeah. We'll take care of it.
Maybe we'll fill them back in a bit.
Well, let's at least put the top back on the coffin. And can we ask Anne if she knows anything about the missing body? Has this grave ever been dug up before?
I mean, there were the stories that the keeper of the church before me told me about how the only graves that were ever disturbed were the Galdinger graves. So maybe that's what she was talking about. I'm sorry. Again, I never got any details from that. I'm not sure. I don't know any more than that.
Okay. Well, as long as it's not a zombie or, the undead, I think maybe this isn't going to be a problem. It's just grave robbers. Wishful thinking.
Us. We're the grave robbers.
You
All
mean
right, well-
more grave robbers?
Yes,
Other
so what?
grave robbers.
All right. So, I mean, I can certainly help shovel stuff back in. I think it's a little bit easier to put it back in than it is to take it out.
Well, Finric and I dug these two, so someone else should dig the other two.
I thought Unseen Servant dug them all.
Wait, are we digging the other two?
They started it,
finished.
but you.
Do we need to?
No, I'm filling it back in.
Yeah, but do we need to
Oh,
dig?
my God.
I don't think we need to dig the other two.
Plus, it gives us, if we don't do it now, it gives us something to look forward to if we get bored later.
That's true.
Yeah. Maybe Anne will see in the Dawnfather's advice that continuing to dig up for information might actually be a good thing.
Dig more bodies and.
All right, should we head to the Ringing Bell, or to Skye, or to
It's
somewhere to?
Okay,
about 7 p.m.
so basically all the stuff we've got going on, we've got the bakery is, I guess, tomorrow going to have the shit ready to make what's his name young again, and maybe
yeah.
bring what's his name back to life.
We
And
going to make?
so we got that going on. We've got fight night in a few nights if we're still in town. We've got figuring out what to do about Elsa because she's going to want the amulet. We've got
And
the compass to go do that. I think those are the main beats. So and then we've got the staff and
Yeah.
the money heart to figure out what they are and if they're good for anything.
Yeah, Elsa basically said because of the whole pyramid mummy lord thing, she wasn't gonna harass you today, but you can expect she'll be looking around tomorrow. The cat will come back.
Yeah.
I think we could convince her that we can hold on to it and use it responsibly.
Right.
We are very responsible.
Well, I have a feeling that this compass is not going to be quite as easy as just looking at it. There might be some magic to it, maybe attunement.
Oh, it's easy. Just stab yourself with it. Then you have to pay 200 gold, and then it starts working in a way that you didn't expect it.
Paelias, did you actually open up the compass to look at the needle?
I can,
I'm just
but
curious.
no.
If you open it up,
Open it.
if you open it up, it points roughly southwest, or no, sorry, west southwest.
So that way. So toward the sea.
Yes, although you folks are on kind of a peninsula, so anything south or west would be the sea.
It was a good guess then.
All right, so maybe we should talk with Nate and Jenkins.
About
What direction?
sailing,
What do they know of that's in that direction, and just vaguely point out into the ocean?
or should they take us?
They should take us, but I guess the question is if we do that, if we're gonna go on the sea journey now, or if we do something else first. And I'm not only saying that because I'm scared of the open water and don't want to go on a boat.
We also have no provisions.
Exactly. If we were
Wow.
even theoretically
Is that Blizzard?
be on the water, we should get a ton of stuff like flotation devices and other boats in case like the first one has a problem.
Find out. Maybe we should go and get a Pegasus.
I just meant we're out of pies. That's all I meant.
Maybe go for Pegasus.
Floating Pegasus mount made of pies?
Yeah. Where would we get that?
That
So
bakery shop?
do we have stuff to make Twizzard and I younger, or just Twizzard younger?
I think we got both of us.
It's two cupcakes and a glaze.
Yeah,
Or-
you'll have enough to heal Twizzard, Paelias, and the glaze for the stone statue.
Yeah.
And it was a
Oh,
certain
great.
number of rubies and or gold.
We'll be young again.
I think it was like a total of like 1,200 gold or 2 rubies and 300 gold or something.
It was
2 rubies and 350 gold.
Three.
well,
Did we
350
pay
would be
already?
your change if you gave 2 rubies.
Oh my
Oh,
god. 450 gold and 1 ruby. Yeah, that's it.
We did pay, didn't we?
We
I think you did actually.
no, I think it was pay on delivery.
yeah.
I have a coin purse we can give them.
That's filled with rocks.
No? Jiggle it. It's coins.
It sounds like coins.
Clearly there's coins.
Sure. Go ahead and make the high level druid magical baker pissed at you too.
So if we need to get supplies, well, I mean, do we want to talk to Nate and Jenkins and tell them to ready a boat for tomorrow, or
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well,
And
that
then-
means that we won't be there for fight night.
So what happened with fight night? How did this start?
So the
It's kind of a trade. Instead of getting in trouble with this the diamond gold issue, this
Just pay them.
understanding. Well, we don't need to because now we've entered you into a fight tournament.
Agnes did a surprisingly good job. First, deceiving him to thinking that the diamond was fine, and then saying that the no return policy, which is his own policy, dictates that you shouldn't return the 1,000 gold. It was well done.
Did so you're paying me for this fight, or am I gonna win a prize?
We'll
Well,
we'll
The
bet on
prize
you.
is us not paying them back.
Yeah, but how does that benefit me?
That part is unclear, I'll say.
It's you
Well,
because you were here to defend yourself.
Plus, it's also allowed you to put a value to how we value you.
You're a good player.
All right, can we find my horse? I'd really like to find my horse.
Add that to the list, Finric.
I think your horse back in the church, buddy. But horse.
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 I'm right here.
Oh my god.
You don't need a perception check to see the look of disdain this time.
I think I'm gonna take Lily and head to the ringing bell.
All right.
I cannot be associated with these shenanigans,
Rapscallion.
tomfoolery,
All right. So
and
Agnes and
blatant
Lily.
disrespect for the
Yeah,
tabaxi.
Anne is gonna go back in the church. She maybe didn't hear exactly what you said, but you might have to do a little more wooing, Paelias, at some point. But
The Dawn Father's gonna tell her.
He's gonna tell her.
oh man! All right.
All right.
So what are you two jokers gonna do?
Oh, I still need to find salty baggins and get some honeycomb. Or no, wait, didn't someone say put the honeycomb at the
Ringing bell.
What time is it? Isn't it like sunset? Isn't it time for like some ale and bed?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
7
it
p.m.
definitely time for ale.
Yeah. Let's go to the Seven Sisters or whatever it is.
Alright, I conjure up a glass of ale.
Or we could go to that bar right there.
Who wants some ale?
Does anyone go to the ringing bell for dinner? Like, is there any point of me playing there?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's see. Regulars at the ringing bell. Well, yeah. You folks have seen Henry there. There might be some other regulars that go there. Yeah, I mean the Singing Sisters and the Ringing Bell are the only two taverns. Like Skye closes. The Singing Sisters and the Ringing Bell. Yeah, Skye closes the Winking Owl. There's a light dinner crowd, but then she closes it. So the only two taverns, and especially after today's events, you can probably be sure there'll be a lot of people gossiping about.
All right.
I mean, the Singing
I'll make my-
Sisters. There's about a 3-foot wide gap between the edge of the pyramid and the front door of the Singing Sisters. So, yeah.
Well, I'll be going to the ringing bell, and I will offer up my my bard services for the evening.
All right, so let's follow. So yeah, you open the door to the ringing bell, and sure enough, you do see Henry there. You see two people sort of hunkered down at another table over by the side, and you also see Gregson there. He and Henry are talking to Dagus as you guys walk in. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll go over to where Dagus is and say hi, ask if everything's okay, how people are doing after.
Did we all come over here? Or
No,
was
it's
it-
me and Lily.
Okay.
I mean, you can if you want. You tell me.
Welcome to.
Basically, just checking in on how the rest of the town is doing at this time. And then I'll say Lily and I need to eat, but then I'm up for playing some music.
Ooh, tables. Yeah, I come too, and I'm asking for ales.
Asking for what?
Ales.
For ales.
I'd like to come too and ask for like a hearty meal with some sort of like meat and potatoes type of thing.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah.
I can help you. What a crazy day. I mean, the poor leaf bottoms and even Colt. The whole back of Colt's cloth got destroyed. Did you see that?
Well, it just has a new stone reverse facade, I guess.
I don't
Just
know.
have a stone-
We're gonna see to it tomorrow and try to get something up so all his material doesn't get wet the next rain.
Sounds good. If I can help, I'll try.
That's very nice of you, Agnes. Yeah, so he goes about getting your meal.
A good hearty stew.
Good hearty stew and some flagons of ale. And Henry and Gregson are probably gonna sit with you if you don't mind.
Not at all.
And I'm sorry, Paelias, did you go with them or are you going to the Singing Sisters?
Yeah, were they go singing bell?
They went to the Ringing Bell.
Yeah, sure. I'll tag along.
You what's that?
Yeah, I'll tag along.
Okay.
That's the bar crawl. The singing bell.
Nice.
Right.
That's right.
Look at this crowded pub.
Yeah, it's a crowded pub. Agnes, when did you want to play?
I guess right after I ate my meal, because or I mean, I could have a lighter fare and then eat, during a break. Doesn't matter. If it's more fitting for me to start my performance sooner than later, then I'll do that.
What do they got going on? Do they have music playing already?
What's that?
What's going on with the place? Are they hopping yet, or are they still pre?
So you
Pretty
folks right now are at a table with Gregson and Henry Cadfield, the sheriff. There is also a table off to the side, and there's two people sitting there eating at a different table.
But what's the atmosphere? What's the vibe of the place?
I mean, you can tell that people are talking about the giant freaking pyramid that is in the middle of town, right? And the skeletons that were running amok. So, yeah.
All right. Are they like, into the night already? Are they like getting pretty toasty, or are they just?
They're yeah. You see some empty flagons near on the bar. So Gregson and Henry and Daggis would be sort of talking at the bar, and when you folks came in, Gregson and Henry joined you at your table, and they brought their most recent flagons, but there's at least one each of them.
Yeah.
So they're a little into their cups, but
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
Right.
it's a hell of a thing. I don't know. I mean, we were just getting the plans for the council all worked out, and we're gonna have everybody have a say in how the town runs, and now this. I mean, we don't have a committee of pyramids. Like, I don't know what to do.
It's a tourist attraction, and we'll disengage the booby traps. So, unless you want that to be a feature, an
Do we-
adventurers,
Booby traps?
Training
It's
ground.
trapped inside. I mean,
But
what
do
was
you
up with
think it'd
those?
be a great training ground?
I guess it could be a training ground. And Gregson's
Adventurers coming from all over
Gregson's
Training-
eyes.
here.
Gregson's eyes sort of lit up at the sound of tourist attraction. You can see that struck a chord with him. He's thinking about that. But Henry's like, if there's booby traps, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to send some of the town's guard in to make sure it's safe. If you can give me any information, that'd be great.
All right, I can. If you have paper and pencil, I'll draw out a map of what I know, and then maybe Mr. Twizzard or Finric can fill in the blanks.
Yeah, no, Henry's always got his little notebook out with him, so he takes that out and slides it across the table to you.
Okay.
And,
So I'll
Draw.
I'll put together a basic sketch of where the booby traps that I know of, and then I'll pass it to maybe Mr. Twizzard or Finric, and I'll go get my my lute tuned. I'll go upstairs, get my lute, and start warming up.
As you do that, Dagus comes over bringing. He'd brought the drinks first. He comes over bringing the. He'd brought some light fare, so you probably had like the equivalent of appetizers, Agnes. But he brings over the main stew now, and he also turns to Twizzard and he's like, "Hey, oh, that's Salty Baggins. He came by and he like gave me a honeycomb for you, Twizzard. Do you want it for dinner, or I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with it?"
Oh yeah, I'll take that. Pass that along, please.
All right, I'll go get it. And he goes behind to go get the. Did you say you got your loot, Agnes?
Well, I had to go upstairs to get it, but yeah, once I have it, then I'll grab a couple of bites and I'll start tuning,
All right.
warming up, playing the
You
scales.
tell me when you want to switch songs. Okay. Yeah. So you guys are sort of all engaged in your meal after a hard day's protecting protecting the town.
All right, I guess I'll start with a slightly more low-keyed song for the people who are eating and talking. It's just an instrumental background music.
Okay. All right. Let's see what I got here for you.
You don't really have to do that.
Oh yeah, no, I need to. I got all this music. I got to do something with it. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. All right. Cat, nice. Wait, is that it? Is that Elsa's cat?
It just jumped on my lap. I don't know whose it is. I think I might eat this next.
Yeah, it's give me a performance check. We'll see how it's received.
Performance. 20. Not natural, but 20.
Oh, it's well received. You notice the two people over at the other table. They sort of like they're enjoying it. It's relaxing them, and Dagus is also watching appreciatively from behind the bar.
Okay.
Dagus's helper, by the way, is also bustling around. It's a halfling. I think you met her a long time ago, but I'm not 100% sure. She's making the rounds. What are you folks talking about at the table?
So,
How can we make some money?
That's what I'm trying to do.
What?
Wait, what?
You trying to make money?
I'm trying to make some money, but like legit money.
Ooh, there's townspeople around here? I know how we can make money.
Yeah, there's a couple townspeople.
You gonna rob him?
There are the two people sitting over at the table. These two right here.
All right. I'm going to, under the table, conjure a big, gross, wet, sloppy snake head.
Oh,
Okay.
And
Don't know where this is going, but I love it.
Right.
I'm going to pull this out of my bag. I forgot. We found this. Whoomp.
I like how Agnes knew exactly where this is going. So she was like, oh no.
Yeah, you almost falter a couple notes when you see Twizzard do this, but you maintain your playing.
And I go, I throw it in the middle of the table. I said, almost forgot. We caught and killed one of these earlier running around your town.
So
But you didn't know you had these snake things living in your sewers.
Henry and Gregson both take a step back from the table involuntarily. What is that monstrosity?
I don't know, but we had our hands full killing it.
Why did it have to be snakes?
Was it inside the pyramid?
It may have came from the pyramid. We're not really sure, but there's probably more. And if you want, we can go and flush the rest of them out.
I mean, you folks have helped this town so much, but certainly if you want to continue, that would be wonderful. Yes.
Well, it wasn't easy, and we value our necks. So.
Yes. No, I understand. give me a persuasion check.
By the way, inside, I'm doing the dwarf dance.
This is like the Ghostbuster
Uh-oh.
Trick or the Ghostbuster con right here.
It will be a persuasion of. Wait, Is it?
No, it's 6.
It's 6. Persuasion of 6.
The
This may not work.
the initial sort of shock of this object hitting the table, even though it's glowing faintly, that sort of just adds to its allure. Has worn off a little. Gregson's, you can tell Gregson might be remembering some shenanigans with a hat of disguise that might have happened in the past. But Henry seems generally concerned that having you folks rid the town of whatever this was is probably a good idea. But Gregson is not as convinced. Henry sort of turns to Gregson. He's like, "What do you think? I mean, do we hire people to get rid of these? I think we should see if they become a problem. I mean, maybe that was the only one, Twizzard."
Well, how about I go throw this one outside in the water? Maybe I'll find another in my bag that I killed.
If you want to walk down to the docks, sure.
I'm just gonna throw it outside.
All right.
All right,
Agnes,
maybe we'll see more.
have you switched songs, Agnes?
Yeah, I'm going to do maybe a ballad, a warrior's ballad.
A warrior's ballad. Okay.
Ballad.
Like one about, like a hero that
Sure. I gotcha.
still on the softer side, but this one actually has some lyrics to it.
What about
Okay.
4 heroes?
It's about a
Like it.
a warrior hero's ballad.
4 warriors, each strangely shaped.
For yourself. My character is quite blocky except for her hair.
All right. Well, what else is going on?
So who are we sitting with?
You're sitting with Lily, Henry, the sheriff, Gregson, the new, basically the equivalent of a mayor now. But there's a city council as well.
So how's your mayor gig going, Grayson?
Gregson.
Well,
Gregson.
yes, it's Gregson, Paelias. Yes, no, I mean, things are going fairly well. We've had several meetings with the sort of the city leaders or the town leaders, and we have a council. We have some rough guidelines of how we'd like things to go. We have sent an official envoy to the Duke in Wesleyville. We hope to hear back soon of what he thinks about our proposal. But we're cautiously optimistic. I admit the recent appearance concerns me, but I do like the idea of that tourist. I'm already thinking maybe if we get the word out, we could bring in some outside business. Heavens knows we're going to need to figure out a way to get Leaf Bottoms rebuilt or even relocated. Perhaps some part of the pyramid could be, maybe the market is inside the pyramid. There's a lot to talk about, Paelias. I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, very cool. Very good. Glad your wheels are turning.
Yes, I think personally I'm feeling much better. We haven't heard anything from anyone about Falrith, so here's hoping he stays away. And even if he does come back, we'll be ready for him, right, Henry? Yeah. No, I've got the town's guard. They all know to attack on sight and not let him weave his charms against us.
Good. Yeah,
So-
I always knew you were the brains behind everything, Grayson.
You say you're the brains behind everything?
Yeah,
Well, I appreciate that, Paelias. Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
So we had an offer a little while ago to swing by the Fishworks on the Sol and check things out. Do you? We
Uh,
haven't spent any time there yet.
As you say that, give me a perception check, Finric.
16.
You say 16?
Yeah.
When you say the Fishworks, you notice Gregson sort of like glance toward Henry, glance toward you, and then sort of look down at his food. And Henry sort of just like goes a little quiet, and then when no one says anything, he's like, what do you mean? I mean, the fishermen bring in fish, and we package them up, we keep some, we trade some. What do you mean, Finric?
I don't know. I thought it sounded a little bit odd to me. Figured if anyone would know, it'd be you guys.
Well, and they sort of both give each other looks. I mean, generally this is things, sometimes people need to, you can't really hold it against people if they have a little fun every now and then, unofficially, of course. And he sort of looks around. I mean, he's been through a lot with you guys, but he's not going to openly approve of perhaps sometimes illicit nighttime activities, but he's clearly aware that they are both clearly aware that sometimes things go on in the basement of the Fishworks.
I'm going to change my tune.
What's that?
Something a little bit more uplifting and spirited. So if people feel like maybe moving around, dancing, maybe a lighthearted
Jig? Getting jiggy now.
Yeah, a little bit more spirited.
Sure. Gotcha.
Aren't there like 8 people in here?
What's that?
Aren't there like 8 people in here?
But more people might arrive.
Okay.
For drinks and for
There could be a couple other no-name farmers who maybe have come in and heard about the pyramid and came in from their from their farm to.
Oh, you're getting tourists.
Yeah, I mean, in general, Windbell has roughly 200 or so people. So between the main city and then, it's 200 a town or a city. It's somewhere in between. Again, it used to be much more highly populated. Some of the houses surrounding it are maybe abandoned, but there are still farms. There are still people. There is still trade that does happen. As the night is going on, you see Gregson and Henry. They sort of, I think we'd better go maybe discuss our plan for tomorrow. We definitely going to hold an emergency council meeting to discuss the pyramid, and we don't want to be out too late. But it's been wonderful. Thank you for all your help today. I heard that you folks ran straight into the pyramid, and I can only assume. And he sort of gestures toward the slimy head on the table. He must have faced things like this or worse. So, our gratitude is with you once again.
Might be more of them. Just remember.
Well, we'll talk to the other merchants and see if we can't maybe put something together. And as Henry says this, Gregson sort of gives him a look, and Gregson's like, "Yeah, we'll talk about it. Okay, good night, folks." and they leave. Agus is putting around. His assistant is putting around.
All right, I'm gonna throw the fish head outside, so in case it disappears, no one gets any wiser.
Okay, yeah. Well, sorry, I wasn't sure if you threw that out earlier or not.
I meant to, but it might still be there. That's fine. It should still be looking at them. But
Agnes, as you finish that song, the 2 people who are at the table get up, and as they go over to toss some coins into your case. You notice one is a rather large dragonborn, and the other is not the same robes that you've seen Finric wear, but definitely looks monkish. And the large one grunts, "Great playing," and the monk sort of bows and pleasure, and they leave out the front door.
Okay.
And then there were 4.
Yeah, no, there's a few other scattering farmers and farmhands, but it's not a huge crowd. I mean, it is Dalk. It's never a huge Dalk crowd. It's effectively Monday, right? It's like not a huge tavern night.
Gotcha.
And what do
Monday
you got?
was here, bro.
Yes, there is a pyramid. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm going to sending stone to my colleagues there regarding the dragonborn and the monk, and maybe someone could stop them on their way out and just offer to buy them a drink, maybe find out who they are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so as they've dropped the silver, I'd say let's say the dragonborn dropped 2 silver and the monk dropped a silver, and they're leaving the door when you send that message. They're leaving.
I guess I'll approach the monk.
So he catches your eye, or you catch his eye as he's heading to the door, and he turns toward you. He's like, "Hello, brother."
I don't see many men of the cloth these parts. It's good to see. It's good to see some friendly threads.
And then the dragonborn's like holding the door, and he's like, "Ugh.
Oh,
Are you gonna be
Can I-
long, Aki?" No,
I'll go get the
I'll
dragonborn
just
guy.
I'll just have a few words. All right,
What's his
I'll
name?
wait. Aki.
you sure I can buy you fellas a drink?
Oh well, that's very nice of you. I'm afraid I really need to get going. Thank you
Oh,
though. Well, are you staying here?
Yes. Yes. Me and my friends, me and my friend the bard, and a couple friends over here at the table, are visiting, but we'll be around.
Is
You?
that your friend playing?
Yes. Yes. She's great, right?
She is. She is wonderful. Very, very soothing. Yes, I mean we'll be here. The Ringing Bell is one of our regular places. I am
Great.
Aki, and this is my compatriot Krillscar. And
Good to meet you.
very nice to meet you.
Well, we'll be sure to see you guys around. We can
Sounds
catch you
good.
earlier in the evening next time.
Not a problem.
Cool.
Krillscar sort of grunts acknowledgement as they leave.
Did you happen to notice what color dragonborn?
Red skin. Red,
Aha.
Ah,
but he did have his hood up. So he maybe doesn't broadcast it that widely.
Mhm.
Aren't they like 9 feet tall? Probably pretty easy to spot them.
They're pretty tall. They're not 9 feet though.
Oh, okay.
No. But they usually have some kind of scaly and like texture to their skin, and usually some horns or pokey things
Yeah.
coming out of their head. All right.
All right.
I guess I don't know how much longer I'll need to play. Maybe I'll do one last kind of good night song before I take my leave for the evening.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What time is it?
Let's see. It was a little after 7 when you got there. I mean, it's probably close to 9 p.m. or so.
Yeah, I might go over back to the church and see how Anne's doing.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So Paelias heads out. I think I may go to bed. It's been a long day. Lily's gonna go upstairs at this point, I think. Sorry. probably over here playing. Twizzard, Finric, what are you folks doing?
Compass?
I wanted to see if I had all the components for that red mouth scroll that I've got. I think I do.
Jade dust and honeycomb.
Yeah, I think I've got everything.
You do, yeah.
Yeah,
How fresh does the honeycomb have to be?
it feels quite fresh. Doesn't that stuff never go bad?
Yeah. I think didn't they find some honey in a tomb once? Something crazy
Yeah,
like that.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Honey has an indefinite shelf life.
Yeah.
Just crystallizes a little bit.
Good old honey.
Yeah. It's probably crystallized a little. That's true.
Is that something I would let sit overnight?
So let's see. Let me just refresh my memory.
Yeah, I was trying to find the info you sent me, and some goblin stole it.
Uh-huh. I think to learn a spell, it like takes some number of hours, per level of the spell. I think if you wanted to learn it tonight, you could learn it tonight.
Well,
Now-
I mean,
now
like
that-
learn it and prepare it for next time, right?
What's that?
Learn it and prepare it for next time, right?
Yeah. So every long rest, you can you can swap out spells.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, I just wanted to make sure I had everything needed for that, so I think I do.
Yeah, number of spells from your spell book equal to your intelligence modifier plus your wizard level minimum of the spell. La la la, la la la. You can change your list of prepared spells when you finish a long rest. But yeah, this would be a new spell that you're learning. Do you still have the thing I sent you?
That's what I was looking for,
Okay.
and I don't know how you sent it to me. It was a text or
It was probably a text. I'll send it to you again.
Didn't see it in my texts.
So maybe not then. Maybe because you hadn't fully learned it yet. I didn't send it to you.
Well, I definitely don't have the details, just the info that was needed to study it.
I think it was just the
Gotcha.
the jade dust of a
There's-
certain amount,
there's-
the
there's-
honeycomb.
The shopping list is what I had. Yeah.
Got
And
it.
then-
Got it. So you can, if you want to look it up on your site, it's Magic Mouth.
Okay.
So you could learn that tonight. So are you going upstairs to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Finric, are you hanging out? Are you following Paelias? Are you gonna go check out? What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
That sounds great.
that's a good question. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out.
All right. Paelias, so you head over. It's now dark. You head basically. You could probably go. Probably the easiest way is to go behind the alley as opposed to going around the pyramid. So you go around around the back alley and head up the green lawn to the doors of the church. What would you like to do?
Is there like a bell, or do I have a sending stoner, or how do people communicate in these days?
Yeah, let's say there's a bell pull near the main door of the church. The door is
Is it
locked. The door is locked.
Is it like one of the quiet bells, or is it like a gonna wake the whole town up kind of
Oh
bell?
no. It's the equivalent of a doorbell type of thing.
Okay. Yeah, let's ring the bell. Not too late, right? People don't go to bed this early.
You hear some shuffling, and the lock on the other side slides, and the door opens up, and you see the face of Bridget, sort of timidly poking out her face. Yes.
Hey. Hi, Bridget. How are you?
Good.
Is Anne still awake?
Well, she's retired to her chambers. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Should I tell her you're calling?
Yeah, only if she's awake. Just like, tippy toe by the door and see if it's like there's a light on, or she's reading or something, or if you just sleep. That's okay. I can come back.
She usually does read for a bit each evening. I'll go check. And she shuts the
Okay.
door. You hear scampering, and you hear her come back, and she's like, "Yeah, she's still up. I looked through the peephole. I'm not really supposed to do that, but with everything that's going on, I'm feeling a little adventurous. But she's reading. She's sitting and reading. She's up. Do you want me to tell her that you're here?"
Yeah, let her know that I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Scampers off again.
Brilliant.
And then this time Anne comes to the door, and she's out of her armor, and she's sort of just in casual evening, not really pajamas, but like
Loungewear.
Casual.
yeah, casual cleric wear, typical
Sure.
clash
Hi.
casual.
Just thought you might be interested in a nightcap.
I don't know, Paelias. A nightcap? Where? Where would we go, Paelias?
Oh no, I just thought we'd hang out and talk.
Oh, of the Dawnfather?
Sure. Or of anything going on, really.
Well, I admit I am a bit troubled. The clouds and the energy from that pyramid today. It was not good energy. And she sort of opens the door wider, and give me an insight check, Paelias.
What do you want?
Insight check.
Ooh. Ooh. 24.
You can tell that while she was interested, she was interested in the date. And that's sort of still the case. Earlier, you were sort of like, after your short rest, you were joking with her for that hour and sort of, basically trying to both of you were trying to take your mind off of the horrific mummy battle. I mean, you'd both been basically knocked unconscious, almost killed that day, and there was a bit of like talking and camaraderie, but not talking about what had happened inside the pyramid. But you feel at this point that she does sort of need to really come to terms with that. I mean, there was an ancient evil. There were near-death experiences on both of your parts. There was also the sort of insult of the grave digging up. I'm not even sure you folks described to her the compass that you found or the purpose. That may be something you'd like to do at some point. So, yeah, a nightcap's not really what she's looking for, but a heart-to-heart about the sort of trauma that you've suffered today might be more along the lines. And you glean all that as you follow her into the church.
That's pretty good gleaning. So, pretty crazy day, huh? That it was quite a battle we fought.
I mean, is this my life was I had put my adventuring days behind me, to be perfectly honest, until you folks sort of appeared out of nowhere, and our adventures in the woods, I mean the dragons, and then immediately following that, I mean, it was the evil, the pure evil that I felt coming from that place, and seeing your what I thought was your dead body, and then waking up, having been healed myself and still having to fight. I mean, I don't know if this is what your day-to-day life is like. I'm afraid I'm... What's that?
more so recently, but before that it was much quieter.
I mean, I appreciate you, Paelias, and I admit I've perhaps felt something more than just the reverence for our own deities, but it's a lot. It's a lot right now. Does that make sense?
It's overwhelming.
I mean, are
It's a lot.
you okay? Are you?
It's been hard. It's I almost died at least twice today.
I mean, you look. I have to say, you look better now. From a physical standpoint, of course, a medical standpoint.
Yeah, I think we're in a better spot now. We I mean, this is quite the quest we've been taken on to. So
I mean, what even is the quest? What is going on? Where did that pyramid come from?
Oh well, that I don't think I know that. But I don't right. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know actually how much Agnes has told you folks about. I guess she did mention that there would be another bean. I don't know if you ever explained to really anyone except Finric the exact nature of the pyramid. You did mention that there might be another bean. And I don't know if that really registered with Paelias and Twizzard what that meant when you were talking about the toads and stuff. So it is questionable whether Paelias you would understand the nature of the pyramid.
Yeah, it really came out of nowhere. I was
quite literally.
Yeah, but we've been on this quest. And we search for amulets. So
yes, the amulets. I mean, we recovered the dragon one, but you said Elsa was interested in it?
Elsa charged us to go find this dragon amulet in the woods, in the Mistral Woods. What was it?
Yes, the Mistral Woods. I mean, Elsa is a conundrum in of herself. I sometimes feel she's far older or wiser than she lets on. I mean, she has a curmudgeonly outward appearance, and Lord knows I have had my differences with her. But I don't know. And I mean, the Dawn Father's responses earlier.
We're a little worried about trying to hand over this amulet. She wanted us to go get it for her, and it's a very powerful amulet. And we really don't know that we don't know what you would do with it, to be honest.
That is concerning to me, and the Dawn Father's hesitation at you seeking this compass, and honestly, I don't even know, like, what does the compass do? I saw you holding it earlier, and so I assume the grave destruction was not for naught. By the way, did you guys fix the graves? Did you?
I did.
Okay, you did. Okay, I thought you did.
We've been searching for this compass for a long time because we found a pirate ship with a log that tells us that what we think is another amulet is hidden on an island that you can only get to from a magical compass. So we think this would be that magical compass.
Oh my! How many amulets are there?
6, we think.
Wow! And this is a lot. I don't know.
It's quite the adventure, and I kind of jumped into it without really knowing all about it. I only knew about the one amulet, and once that was there, we discovered how much power these different amulets had, and we can't let that power be, go into the wrong hands. We have to make sure that this is controlled.
Wow. Do you have one of the amulets with you?
I think so. Right? Do I still have it? No, not anymore.
You do not have one.
No, I guess not. I had one for a while, but I think Agnes has it now.
Ah.
Yeah, we have 3 of them.
What have you consulted? Does she know what god you worship?
I don't know.
Do you know what god you worship?
Yeah, it's a magic one.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, magic god.
Oh yeah, the magic god.
Well, that
Uh,
one.
Is he invisible? Does he live in the sky?
Made of spaghetti.
You want me to look? Let me see.
I admit I had blanked myself. Did we write it down? That would have been smart if we wrote it down.
Well, I mean, you emailed it to me, right?
Yes. Yes, the arcane art of email perhaps would like shed some light.
Yeah, it was the god of Arcana. What's the god of Arcana?
The Zool.
No, it's Magica.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Gozer is the
I thought Gozer was a man.
well. Gozer could be whatever he wants to be.
It was a dog.
No, that Zool.
Wow, all of that was muted because apparently when I type in my web browser, it mutes things in OBS. Sorry, everybody. So yeah, augury is a spell that you can prepare as a cleric. Is it's a second level, and so she
Augury?
sort of augury, Augury, and so she sits you down and she gives you an augury overview, and yeah, you feel like you can during this next long rest prepare that if you wanted to.
Cool. Thanks, Shawn.
And I think after that, she's probably going to give you subtle signals that she is going to go to bed.
All right, Anne. I will see you tomorrow.
It's been wonderful talking with you, Paelias, and we are still on for our meal together?
Absolutely. I'll give
Wonderful.
her a little kiss on the cheek.
What's that?
Kiss on the cheek.
Ah, all right, kiss on the cheek. Sounds good, you charismatic fool. And so she blushes a little and walks you to the door of the church, and you find yourself. It's probably close to 11 when you exit the church. Meanwhile, in the inn, Finric and Agnes is finished. Dagus is very appreciative. Continues to not charge you folks for your food and drink and lodging. Did Agnes and Finric want to do anything before retiring?
Well, I certainly wouldn't mind investigating the compass, but actually, I don't have. Neither of us have it. Okay, then never mind. I'm just gonna go to bed and take my long rest.
Oh, who has our compass?
Which direction do our rooms face?
So let's see. So there are 6 rooms in the Ringing Bell. So there's 3 facing south and 3 facing north. Which rooms are you in?
You want to change your room?
Do we ever assign rooms? I'm not sure we ever assigned rooms, to be perfectly honest.
Easterly room.
I'm not leaving my room.
Wait, what's that?
I just wasn't sure if it was a pyramid facing room or not.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the pyramid is right here. If you were in room 6, you could definitely look out onto the pyramid.
Yeah, that sounds like my room.
Check
All
your
right.
key card.
I think I remember it being a 6.
All right, Finric's in room 6.
Just gonna look at the pyramid.
Are any of you sharing rooms, or you each have your own?
Well, Lily, was she in?
I think
the
she's in
room
with you,
we were
Agnes.
going?
I think she would have moved in with you after Sir
Probably.
Galdinger went north.
All right, so we probably have room number, I guess, 1.
Sure, sounds good.
Pretty sure I'm in my own room.
Finric, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, Dagus probably. I mean, honestly, you folks haven't been there that many evenings due to your adventures and basically the time warping effect of the woods, and of course of we go multiple sessions in the same day, so it's probably not a burden on him that you're taking up multiple rooms, but it might be something we want to think about, or he might ask you about soon. But so Finric, you said you're in 6. Are you by yourself in 6, or are you usually with Paelias or Twizzard?
Well, Twizzard sleeps in the nude.
Yeah,
Okay,
I got my own room.
That's right. Yeah, and I think you were in the front-facing room. So if you're in the same room that you were in when you ran out in the nude, then you're in 3. So I'll take
Good old
some
room
notes
3.
here.
Good times.
I was closer to the stairs.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm probably in room 2 then, not number 1.
So you wouldn't be right at the top of the stairs. You'd be in 2.
Yeah, I think I was further in.
All right.
If
So
those are the same rooms as the first night that we ever stayed there. And I think that I was in there with Zora.
I'm all for details, but how critical is this?
I don't know. Finric asked me which way the windows face. So I don't know. I want to figure it out in case. I want to figure it out in case something
I'm gonna
goes
go to
down.
bed, or if I'm just gonna like stare out the window and look at the pyramid and think.
Ah,
Fair
okay.
enough. Fair enough.
All right. That sounds
You
good.
could just go there. It's probably a 30-second walk.
All right, Paelias, as you make your way back from the church to the ringing bell, it's 11 p.m. on Dalk. A lot of excitement happened today. There's pretty much no one out. You look up at the completely dark sky, at the stars. Well, it's not completely dark, but you look up at the stars twinkling, and you feel a bit of peace wash over you
That's nice.
as you leave the church, and as you pass the pyramid, that peace breaks a little, and you look at it, and you get the feeling that not everything is as it should be. And as you go in the ringing bell, Dagus has left it open, and he sort of hears you, and he comes over. Late night.
It was.
It'll be better in the morning, I bet. Get yourself some sleep, lad. And Dagus locks the door and goes back, and you're alone in the common room.
All right. Is there are these ales still around?
Dagus has put everything away. The fire in the main hearth has burned down to embers, and there's a sort of a single candle that he sort of left out burning. You could pour yourself an ale if you wanted.
Yeah, let's pour ourselves an ale and decompress by the fire for a little bit.
All right. And I think that is where we'll end for tonight, folks. arguably one of the longest dalks in the history of dalks.
That was a long time. And it's still not quite over.
It is still not quite over, but I assume Paelias will go to bed after this. But maybe not. You never know with
Probably.
him.
Or he can wake us up and keep the party going.
It's true.
Dog never ends.
This is the dog that never ends. Dog that never ends.
All right, folks. Thank you for being with us tonight, and thank you, folks, for playing. And we'll see you next time on BND Live as Dillick the next day dawns. All right, take care, folks. Stay safe out there, and good night.
Dylan.